Bismillah, peace be upon you all. This is your brother Aaron, aka Ben Adam, and in today's video, hopefully I'm going to do a quick and clear operation guide for your baselit one button RGB saber from Theory Sabers. First thing you want to do is obviously insert your blade into the hilt, which I've already done, and then secure it. Secure the set screws with the tool that it's come with. Each saber may have different number of set screws. This one has 2. Another one that I purchased has 4. So after those are secure, we're good to go. And you don't want to over tighten it, just tighten it enough so that it feels firmly in place. This is charging, and while the saber is charging, this, what they call a breath button, this blue button light will be pulsing while it's charging, and when it's done charging, the light will go off completely. So I'm going to remove this, and it comes with a USB charge cable, but I would suggest that you buy your own USB charging brick. I think it's 5 volt 1A. You can easily get these off Amazon. So anyhow, I like to take a tiered approach, and first up is what I call quick action mode. You just got the saber out the box, ready to get into it and have some fun. So the first thing you need to do is insert the blade and secure it with the set screws. And like I said, each saber has a particular number of set screws. This one has 2. Another model that I have from Theory Sabers has 4. Another one has 3. So just secure the number of set screws that are appropriate for your particular model. Once that's done, you need to wake the saber up. So while the hilt is completely powered down, hold the power button until the blue button light turns on and stays on, and you should hear a boot sound. Something like that. So now the saber is in standby mode. Next, you just want to turn it on. And that's our favorite thing to do. So while the saber hilt is in standby mode with the blue button light on, press the button once. And that's that sound that we all know and love and are waiting for. And at this point, you know, the saber is going to automatically make motion activated swing, clash, and idle hum sounds. And you can just have a great time. Other functionality you can access while the blade is on is the blaster deflect, which is to press the button once or as many times as you like to trigger the blaster deflection sound. All right, and that's it. To turn the blade off, you're going to press and hold the button until the blue quote-unquote breath light flashes 4 times or until the blade turns off. That's it. When you're done, put the hilt to charge, and the blue button light pulses while it's charging, and charging is complete when the blue button light turns off. All right, so while we're still in standby mode, we can kind of access the next tier of functionality, which again is functionality that is accessible when the blue activation light, or what they call the breath light, is on, but the blade is not on. So again, you just need to wake it up. So while the hilt is completely powered down, hold the power button until the blue button light turns on and stays on. You'll hear that boot up sound, and the saber is now in standby mode. We've already done that, so again, you see the blue light is on, so this is in standby mode. So what you can do in this mode, I'm going to go through a little list here. You can adjust the volume. To adjust the volume, and this will actually maybe be easier for you guys to see, I kind of tighten my gloves because you'll need to see that this light flashes as you're accessing the different functions. So to adjust the volume, you're going to hold the button until the blue light flashes once, then release. And then you're going to repeat that to cycle through all three modes, which are mute, low volume, and high volume. So let's do that.
Mute. Low volume. High volume.
And now I'm on high volume. And that's the way I like it. Okay, next functionality in standby mode that you can access in standby mode is to switch to sound fonts. Another thing that we all love to be able to do. And for that, we're gonna hold the button until the blue light flashes 2 times, then release. And you will hear a voice prompt stating the name of each font. You're going to repeat this process to cycle through all the sound fonts. So again, you're going to hold until it flashes 2 times. That's pretty intense.
Count Dooku. Sith Red. Kestis. Yoda. Is this training? My training? No. Always training. The universe is. I'm told it is the Dark Saber. Star Killer.
Okay, so I'm not going to go through all of them, but just wanted to demo that functionality of how you do that. So again, you just repeat that to cycle through all the fonts. So this is Star Killer. Really like that one. Okay, we're still in standby mode, and that really completes what you can really do, the functionality that you can access while it's in standby mode. Now I'd like to go down the list of what I call advanced modes, which are additional functionalities that is accessible when the Saber is in standby mode. So one of the things you can do is play background music tracks. So what you'll do is hold the button until the blue light flashes 3 times. Then release and you will hear the music track. And you're going to repeat this process to cycle through all 3 music tracks and to also turn them off. I have big fingers. And back off. Now, something to note is that while music is playing, you can actually ignite the Saber blade by tapping the button once, and you will hear music in the background of all the other, Saber sounds, like while you're swinging and the class sound and the idle hum and everything. It would actually play that music in the background if you'd like to, which is pretty cool. The next feature is blade flash on clash effect. You can turn that off and on. And to do that, you're going to hold the button until the blue light flashes 4 times, then release, and you'll hear a voice prompt saying clash off. Hold the button again until the blue light flashes 4 times, then release, and you'll hear a voice prompt saying clash off.
Clash off.
That's clash off. I'm going to cut it back on.
Clash on.
And it's back on. That's the clash right there. Just turned it back on. What else can you do? You can do what's called a motion controlled on off. This setting enables you to turn the blade on and off with a gentle flick of the wrist. To turn this option on, hold the button until the breath light flashes 5 times. Then release, and you will hear a voice prompt say, motion control on. Hold the button again until the blue breath light flashes 5 times, then release, and you will hear a voice prompt say, motion control off. So let's try that.
Motion control off.
Okay.
Motion control on.
Okay. So I think it's actually on now, if I heard that correctly. And when motion control is turned on, then turning the blade on and off, you can do that now by flicking your wrist. And this can take some practice to get used to do it consistently. So for this reason, some people prefer to keep this mode off and to turn the blade on and off using the traditional way, which is just pressing the activation button. But let's give it a try. Okay, that's turning it on with just the flick of a wrist. Turning it off with the flick of a wrist. Turning it on with the flick of a wrist. Turning it off. Okay, I've practiced that a few times. So now I'd like to keep it off. So I'm gonna again hold it for 5 blinks.
Motion control off.
And motion control is off. All right, the next category of functionality is blade on mode. So this is functionality that is accessible when the blade is actually turned on. So we're going to go through that list as well. So to turn the blade on, obviously, while the saber hilt is in standby mode with the blue button light on, just going to press it once. Okay, so to have the blaster deflect effect, you're just going to press the button once or as many times as you like to trigger the blaster deflection sound effect. All right. Now to turn the blade off, you're going to press and hold the button until the blue breath light flashes 4 times or until the blade turns off, which we've already demoed. All right, we're going to cut it back on. Now, the next is the Saber lockup. You're going to hold the button until the blue breath light flashes once, then release to trigger a continuous saber locking sound effect. And that's what that is. And you press the button again while in this mode to turn the effect off. So you kind of use that if you're locking sabers with somebody else. It's a really fun effect. The next thing, obviously, another favorite is the blade color change. So for this, you're going to press and hold the button until the breath light flashes twice and then release. Then you're going to press the button once to cycle through all what I believe are 12 colors. Once you arrive at the desired color, press the button until the breath light flashes 1 time to confirm. All right, let's give that a go. So I'm just pressing it once now that I'm in that mode to cycle through all the colors. And once I reach the color that I want, just hit it one more time to confirm. And it's in there. What's next? Blade effect modes. So you're gonna press and hold the button until the breath light flashes 3 times to cycle through 3 different blade effect modes, which are flashing, pulsing, or solid. So you're gonna hold that 3 times. Be careful with this flashing one, because if you have any photosensitivity, light sensitivity, this can get really annoying. This is now the pulse, where the blade kind of does an auto dimming and brightening effect. I don't know how well you can see that on camera, but that's a fun one. Then I held it for 3 times again to go back to what I prefer, which is just that solid illumination. What else? Once you're done, to completely power down, obviously to cut it off, you're gonna hold it for 4 flashes or until it cuts off. And then to do a complete power down, you're gonna press and hold the button until the breath light flashes about 6 times, or until the breath light turns off completely. Blue light is off, and that's it. So if you found this walkthrough guide helpful, let me know in the comments. And I plan to do another one for the SNV4 Pixel Blade Saber that I got. I'll also do a operation guide for that. Shout out and thanks to the team at Theory Sabers for making a great product and doing it well, and I also hope that they're able to back that up with great customer service. But I do appreciate the fantastic sale that they offered for these Sabers in the recent months, which enabled me to not only get Sabers, a couple Sabers for myself, but also to get some that I'm going to be giving as gifts to special friends and loved ones, such as this one here. This one is going to be going to someone as a gift. Good coworker. So that's it for this video, folks. And remember, peace does not happen by accident. It happens by action. So with that in mind, may peace be upon you all. I hope you enjoy your Sabers and get out there and share some light.